You guys, the office is cold today, y'all, and I don't wanna. I hope everyone is having a super amazing day. Today's video is gonna be really quick and to the point. I'm just here to tell you to slow the fuck down, okay? A lot of times we are, especially when we're young, we feel like though we have to compete or compare to other people. We feel like if we're young we're useless, you know what I'm saying? And I've gotten that feeling because of what people have projected on what being young is. Now let me tell you something. If you are one of my viewers or anything like that, one of my listeners on the podcast, I want to tell you, you don't need to compete with anybody. If you know a man that is a little older than you and he, has always dated older women, expect that man is going to expect that from you. So know what you're putting yourself into. A lot of people start pretending like, oh, but what did I do wrong? When the man is not satisfied or the man is not moving in his truth, and it's just sometimes the man is just used to other things. Now this not only regards to men. We always want to be older to go in the club. We always want to be older to finish things or start things or whatever it is. But once you have that knowledge in your head and once you have that consciousness in you to know that, hey, I am here for better, and I know that I have to be doing something that is greater than me. And I know people that discovered themselves way earlier than I am, and I'm still little by little learning who I am, but I think that I'm pretty much there. Doesn't mean that I'm not lost in some things, because my decision making isn't 100% though. I'm closer to a 90% though, but that 10 could be a very steep 10%, because people are like, I'm indecisive girl and I want everything to go so speedy. I want things to happen for me. I remember being 18, 19 years old, wanting to do everything that others were doing, because everyone was older than me. They were at their 25s already, 25 and older, 24, around there. And I wanted to do what they was doing. I wanted to go to the strip clubs. They was going to the strip club. I wanted to do what they was doing. I wanted to compete with the old folks. And in reality, you need to slow down. We all need to slow down. If you feel as though that your projects aren't prospering the way they are, maybe you need to slow down and take some attention. Give it some attention like it's a baby. A baby don't grow into an adult in a day. Your company's not gonna prosper in a day. You have to put in work. It has to be a year, 2 years, so you could be prepped. There was this artist, I forgot who it is. I think Selena Gomez was writing and working on her album for 4 years. Do you understand that? Do you understand that she did not speed anything? And she's really good. I really love Selena Gomez. She is fire. Not sponsored, but she should sponsor me just for the sake of it. Anywho, no, to be honest, you should really slow it down. You're so special, and people want to see you in your entirety. People want to see you as you. And I think if you're speeding all the time, if you are, and that's not speeding in vehicles, but if you're speeding in life all the time, and you feel as though everything has to be okay, so tomorrow this and the next day that, and the prior, yeah, you could be scheduled, but what if your thought or that speed is not what it is? Like, yeah, you could start working on it, but don't think you're gonna finish it. Maybe if you stay up all night, if you do a couple things where you go OT for yourself, for your projects, for whatever it is, you go OT, then maybe you might get it done. Now, I'm not telling you to slow down in life where you're just completely on stop. I'm telling you to slow down, take a step back, and really analyze your next step. Don't do it because everybody else is doing something that is similar. Remember, those people have gone through that journey, have done that. They're not, and they probably show every single step of the way, and you choose to ignore that and go straight to the success. Just slow down and move in truth. If you slow down to analyze what you really want your life to be, or what you want to project out in the world, if you want love, then be loving in the most truth as possible. If you want to get a project done, do not look at the next person and what they're doing. Make sure that you are doing everything so organically, so uniquely. that you change the course of your life with your ideas, not with everybody and their mother's ideas, because then it won't be authentic. And that's what we need. We need more authenticity in this world. And just because you want to do things fast, you're over here stealing ideas, or you're not getting into detail into whatever it is you're doing. Some people want to get things done that they forget why they wanted to get it done. Some people want to do a whole bunch of detail work because their emotions and their feelings are way more than words can describe, so they want to show it in detail. But because you want to finish before fulana finish, we won't receive that as your viewers. We won't receive that as people that are supporting you. We won't see that part because you sped through it. Maybe you have the money for it, fine, but make sure that what you're paying for, what you're investing in, is done in detail, slowly. I'm not telling you to completely stop. I'm just telling you to relax and slow your roll. You know, things will happen for you. Stop speeding into relationships, because you're just leaving that one, starting to the new one. Leaving that one, not even healing from the new one. Slow down. Love will find you. You're not supposed to be running around picking and choosing. And I know it's harder for the men, but when you start seeing your value as a man in this world, you will understand what it is to move in your truth and move in a pace where you're like, okay, you know, let's slow down and rewind. Boom, 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 right? Let's slow down. I'm not telling you to take eternity to make decisions. I'm not telling you to take your decision making, take advantage of it, and do whatever the fuck you want at the time that you want. You obviously have to always have a finish line for things. Okay? And if you don't have a finish line for something, that means that you're just floating around doing it because everyone else is doing it, because you don't want to be a mean person and you want to accommodate the other person's feelings, or you're just comfortable in that situation. And it could be a project, it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be family, friends, and all that, folks. It could be all that. But you know what I'm telling you right now is to focus on your pace of making the right decision, that later on in the future, a couple months, a week later, you're not gonna sit here and be like, man, I could have added this, or I could have told her that, or I could have done it a little differently. But we act in impulse. We are human, especially if we get angry. We want to be angry really quickly and jump into all the conclusions. And what I learned, I'm not too angry. I used to be angry. Ooh, I was angry. And I really can't tell you why. I really can't tell you. Not because I don't want to tell you, but it was just something that was embellished in me. Like, I was just angry as a child. My mom didn't treat me wrong or anything like that. I was really, but I was in relationships really early in life, in my life. Like, my first boyfriend was like at 13 years old. So I started experiencing all that shit and bullshit very early in my life. So I think that's where the knowledge comes from, and all the experiences. And I'm not talking like I know more than you. I'm just talking from the experience of what I know. And I'm telling you that we shall shut the fuck up and slow the fuck down. Slow your roll. Slow it down, seriously, because at the end of the day, when we get a little older and a little wiser, we don't want to say, I could have added this, or I could have done that, or I'll do it in the next batch. You don't want to keep pushing it. Not relationships, not anything. And I always tell you, I go around everything more than relationships, because we can be whole without another person. Before you could be with another person, you should always be whole. Now, God bless those relationships that start from very early in the age and you guys kind of grow together and all that stuff. But not everybody goes through that. Not everybody has that. And that's fine, because I kind of prefer kind of mistakes and lessons here or there, just because we want to be better and we want to grow together as people. And I just can't explain how to move in truth, and I hope that y'all learn how to do it on yourselves, by yourselves, for yourselves, because you guys deserve so much. If you try to self-develop, then you're really close. You're on your way to making yourself a better human being. If you're looking for some guidance on what to do next, put yourself in a predicament where you're finding information, where you're praying to God for information, where you're loving and embracing every single moment of your journey. Anything, just slow down and love your life. Love what you got. We don't have much to go insane for. There's a lot of things happening out of our country, out of our universe. And I'm not telling you, and I'm not putting down your problem, because each and everybody has a problem, and there's no belittling your problem. Your problem might not be similar to mine, and it might seem bigger to you. But my problem is humongous to me, and that's why you should be considerate and slow down to take time to ask the next person, to ask your mother, your father, your brother, your partner, hey, how are you? Is there anything I could do for you? Was work hard like yesterday? Especially if they mention it. Let's not act blind. We all have lives. Everything happens to us. Just slow down. Get off the phone. Stay off of social media for a little bit. I should make a campaign. Social media, fucking get the fuck off of social media, right? Like, we should do that. Let's do that. Because I think we're so stuck on the phones and looking at them and scrolling and making sure that our pages look good, that we're communicating with everybody, but we're forgetting that we also have to communicate in person with the people that are in front of us and behind those screens. We won't ever have the chance again with those people that are so special. And that's beyond phones, that's beyond technology. That's more of being in your head and racing. You're not racing. What the fuck? You have to slow down. Live your life the right way. Whatever fills you up and gets you excited and gets your heart beating, and it's the right thing to do, and it's the right thing, not because you say it's the right thing, but it's the right thing. Sometimes we don't want to do the right thing because pride, and we're like, oh, but they did me dirty, or they didn't let me borrow that, or they didn't give me no money for this. Just slow your roll. It was just 12:34 on the clock, and I'm like freaking out. That's all I really have to tell y'all. I just really want y'all to slow down and really be present. If it's a rainy day, be present to the raindrops. Look at the rain. What is it doing? How do you feel? Is your mood directed because it's raining? I have a ball when it's raining. Are we programmed to think that because it's raining we should be sad? Slow down and maybe you'll find out the answer. Slow down and remember you have friends that need to speak to you. Slow down and remember, if I postpone this project release for about a week, I can get every single thing done with no rush and no worry that anything will break down. Right? You guys, I really love y'all so much, and that's why I talk to you the way I do. I talk to my friends like this. I talk to my family like this. I talk to my partner like this. It's just the way it should be. You'd never keep it, gray. Don't ever put grayness in your situation. It's either black or white. Black or white, black or white, black or white. It's yes or no. It's let's fucking go or let's stop. Do what you know is right. And that's it. Slow the flow down, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the office today. It's pretty cold, so I hope you guys don't mind my hoodie on. Follow me on Ruby Stone. That's my personal page. And then you can also follow me on Your Life Solutions, which is my lifestyle page. A lot of really fun things are coming to Your Life Solutions, so stay tuned. And then add me on Anchor, Spotify, or Apple Music for the podcast every single Monday. I know I didn't put yesterday's video podcast up, but I didn't have it. I did not have it, and that's a lame ass excuse, but I promise I'm putting this video up today. Today's gonna be Tuesday, and then I'll put a podcast up tonight, in God's will. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that everybody has an amazing day, an amazing night whenever you watch this. Thank you so much for always watching, listening. Don't forget to like this video and share it with somebody. Share it with somebody that might need it. Subscribe so you can know every time that I do upload. And I hope that you love your life and slow down. Bye. Love you.